burning up!
Good job. Looks like you earned yourself another bounty. Well done.
Hey, what is up, everyone? The LDB is back at it again, coming at you today with my True Patriot Obliterate build. Now, since the RHINO build that I did just recently, if you haven't seen that video, I will have a link for it in the description, so definitely check that out. But since that build, I have really become a big fan of the talent Obliterate that I was also using. And with this build, I will show you how to proc it just a little bit easier, as well as how to push the damage you get from it a lot further. And it's really been working great for me, as I hope it does for you. So, as always, if you enjoy or find these videos helpful, definitely smash that like button, subscribe for future content. If you are new to the channel, make sure you got that notification bell on, and go ahead and drop a comment down there letting everybody know what you're thinking about this, or if you have any questions. Now, on the last video, we almost hit 500 likes. If we could get close to that or break that 500 mark, I would be super stoked. So I hope you enjoy. Now let's get into it. Alright everyone, so here we go. First things first, let's take a look over here. We have 10 reds, 4 blue, and 1 yellow. Now with the 10 reds, obviously I'm leaning a little bit more towards the DPS side, but at the same time we still have 233,000 armor, which I'd say is halfway decent. Our health is 42,000, and our skill power is, well, 627. I guess something is better than nothing though, right? But saying that I'm going towards the DPS side brings me to my specialist. I'm actually going to be going with the survivalist over the sharpshooter simply because of the assault rifle damage that you gain from the survivalist. I want as much damage up front, raw, ready to go as possible. That's how I'm going with this build, and by the time I'm done explaining this, you'll probably understand why. Now, I have a couple tricks that I will show you later on in the video to make your build act almost like you are using a sharpshooter, but at the same time you are actually using the survivalist. But at the same time, again, if you feel like you're missing those shots, your accuracy, stability, your headshot damage isn't enough, go ahead and swap to that sharpshooter. It's not going to kill you at all. But other than that, let's get into this build here. Look at some of these gear pieces, and then we'll get into specifics. The chest piece here is Fenris, giving us 10% assault rifle damage, so that's awesome right there. We have a 2-piece Araldi going, giving us 10% accuracy and 10% headshot damage. We have 1 Wyvern going just to give us some crit damage there, and we have a 2-piece True Patriot. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is a dead talent, 10% damage to armor is useless, blah, blah, blah. I wish it was a little bit higher. In all honesty, you can get some mods that will push it up, 1% here and there. But overall, 10% is still 10%. And when you look at Obliterate, depleting an enemy's armor grants 25% crit hit damage for 5 seconds. It's kind of important to be able to crack that armor as fast as possible. And that extra 10%, well, again, is an extra 10%. So when you crack that armor, you get that 25% crit hit damage for 5 seconds. It's only 5 seconds, but you can do some work in that amount of time, and it procs again real quick. But then when you also combine it with the talent Strained on your weapon, 5% crit hit damage is gained for every 10% of your armor that is depleted. So just picture in your head, you're missing 30-40% of your armor, and you get Obliterate to pop on there, and your crit damage just goes right through the roof. That is just way up there. And it hits like a truck. It's absolutely awesome. Definitely check that out. So other than that, let's get into the weapons, and then we'll go into the gear pieces and specifics. Alright everyone, so let's go over these weapons. My primary that I'm going to be using is a custom P416 G3. Now, these do not drop all the time, but when they do, they typically have some pretty good rolls on them, so if you see one drop, definitely check it out. Now, this one here is hitting for 17.2 per bullet base damage. The RPM is 825, not too bad, and we also have 40 in the mag. But the talents down here, this is definitely where it's at. We have Strained, again, plus 5% crit hit damage is gained for every 10% of your armor that is depleted. Now, in my mind, this is kind of rewarding those people that are running more or less of a glass cannon-ish build, because the less armor that you have, the more crit hit damage you're doing. Now, you might not think it's a whole lot, but when you have Obliterate proc, which is 25%, and then this going on, depending on how much armor you have missing, your crit hit damage is going to go through the roof. Now, also, keep in mind, if you get, rushed, if someone comes up, cracks your armor completely, you have no armor left at all. Right there, you have an extra 50% crit hit damage on top of whatever you have on the build, on top of the 25% from Obliterate, if that procs, and right there, you can see that snowballs really, really nice. And then when you pair it with a leg row as well, 10% rate of fire, that just means you're putting that damage downrange that much faster. And so far, I've been loving it. We haven't even got to the chatterbox yet. Oh boy. Now we got In Rhythm down here. This is slowly but surely becoming one of my favorites here. While equipped, enemy kills have a 5% chance to refresh active skill cooldowns. Can occur once every 60 seconds. Now, it's only a 5% chance, but it's a chance. And when it does happen, it definitely helps you out a lot. If you have your drone, get pop or something, if your healing seeker, goes down, whatever the case may be, there's a chance that, if you're putting in work, if you're taking down NPCs, it's going to refresh that cooldown, it's going to come right back, and that can occur once a minute, once every 60 seconds, whereas the base cooldown time on a drone is 180 seconds, right? It's 3 minutes. So definitely check this out if you haven't already. Give it a look. Now, as far as the mods go, I'm going with the Hollow Sight that gives me 8% damage to elites. I got the extended mag, plus 10 rounds there. We got the laser pointer, 5% crit chance, and we have the muzzle, 5% damage to elites. So that's the primary. Let's take a look at the chatterbox. The only reason I'm really using this is, well, in case I run out of bullets, and also because of Blabbermouth. While holstered, reloading your weapon within 5 seconds after a kill grants 20% rate of fire for 10 seconds. So, if I take somebody down, I reload my magazine, 20% rate of fire, on top of, the crit damage that I'm going to be getting from strain, from missing armor. You got that 10% rate of fire from Allegro on top of it, and if we can get Obliterate to proc as well, again, it snowballs. So nice, and it's been working out awesome. So those are the weapons. Let's get onto the gear pieces individually. Alright everyone, let's do this. The mask that I'm going to be using is a True Patriot. We are going to be getting 38% damage to elites with some health on a kill there. Nothing too crazy, pretty straightforward. Now, the chest piece here, it is Fenris. I absolutely love this chest piece. We have 3% crit hit damage. That could be a little bit higher. We get some skill power, and we also get 6.5% crit hit chance. Now, take note about the crit hit chance. That's a big thing on this build because the majority of our talents are going around crit hit damage. So if we don't have any crit hit chance, you're basically going to render your crit hit damage useless, and that's not a good thing, right? So keep it in the back of your head, spec a little bit into crit hit chance. Now, the talents here, it just keeps getting better. Berserk. Plus 10% weapon damage for every 20% of max armor depleted. Super strong, absolutely amazing, especially when you combine it with Strained, because they both give you a damage up depending on how much armor you have depleted. And when you combine them, it's just nasty. It's just nasty. That's all I can say. Definitely try it out. Let me know what you're thinking about that. Now, we also got Hardened on here, 10% armor. And the mod that I have on here is 1.5 weapon damage, 1% damage to armor, and 3% assault rifle damage. Not too bad. Now, the holster here, it is a Raldi. We get 10.5 crit hit chance. We have hard hitting, 10% damage to elites. And the mods that we have on here is just a generic basic mod here with 3% assault rifle crit hit damage. Nice. We got the knee pads here. They are a Wyvern. We get 7.5 crit hit chance. Again, note that crit hit chance, but also note braced. Definitely try this out. This is definitely slept on. At least I've slept on it for a long time. I tried it out and I've absolutely been loving it. While in cover, weapon handling is increased 25%. Not accuracy, stability, weapon handling in general, 25% up. Absolutely awesome. And earlier in the video, I was mentioning how you could have your survivalist almost mimic a sharpshooter, right? Well, the answer to that is a 2-piece Araldi. You get 10% accuracy, 10% headshot damage, which are both stats that you would get from the sharpshooter. And then you will get more stability, or weapon handling, I'm sorry, from braced. And it basically turns you into a laser beam. The only thing you're missing is the headshot damage. And really, I mean, overall, it's been working out awesome. This will help you land more shots. It's just try it. Just try it. Moving on to the gloves here. They are Araldi. We have 8% assault rifle damage, and we also have Obliterate. Depleting an enemy's armor grants 25% crit hit damage for 5 seconds. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And it only requires 4 or more reds to activate. So this could work for a glass cannon build. This can work for a super tank build. I'm pretty sure you could pull off 4 reds on a tank build. It works really nice. So definitely give this one a try. And the backpack here is a True Patriot, and we're going to be getting 7.5 crit hit chance. We have some health, and we have some armor on there. Yeah, pretty straightforward, really nice backpack there, and the mod is even better. We have almost 6,000 armor on there just from the mod. We have some armor regeneration, and we have some explosive resistance. Not a whole lot, 4% explosive resistance, but hey, every little bit counts. If you know you can buff some of those grenades that land in your lap. Hey, not a big deal. Now the skills that I'm going to be using, since I am going with the survivalist, I'm going to be going with the Mender Seeker Mine because it heals faster, heals more than the drone does. It just has a shorter cooldown. So play with that if you're going to be with the sharpshooter, see if that, or I'm sorry, if you're going to be with the survivalist, see if you like it or not over the drone. I just don't like the drone as much because it's floating above your head, and if somebody shoots it down, well, you got 180 seconds to wait until it comes back, right? Not a fun thing at all. But other than that, just using the basic chem launcher to heal myself, and it is what it is. So that's the build, guys. I hope you enjoyed and took something away from it. Alright everybody, so before we go ahead and sign off, let's just do a quick recap over here on the character sheet. We have 10 reds, 4 blue, 1 yellow, our armor's at 233,000, health 42,000, and the skill power 627. But the gear talents here, we got Berserk, Hardened, Braced, Obliterate, Hard Hitting, we got Strained, Allegro, In Rhythm, Blabbermouth. I mean, you can see it just keeps on going here. And the weapon damage per bullet, 17-2. We have 38% crit hit chance. I mean, it is what it is. I wish I could get it a little bit higher, but on an assault rifle build, you can only do so much without sacrificing other things. We have 41% crit hit damage, so that way when Obliterate procs, we're going to get another 25% on that, and then depending on how much armor we have from Strained, that crit hit damage is going to, that number is going to change, go up and down all over the place. We have 65% headshot damage, not too bad a range, 26 meters. Reload time is still only 2.2 seconds, even though I don't have the sharpshooter on. We get a little bit of accuracy, 10% there. Now, the weapon handling doesn't really come into effect, no big deal, because I'm not in cover right now. The all weapons damage bonus, it's only 2.5%, but the assault rifle damage bonus is 36%. And again, that's what I was going for. I want the raw damage all the time for the assault rifle, and that's why I went with the survivalist. Just to get that number right there, 36% on top of all of the crit chance and damage that we're going to be doing in certain situations. It's been working out really, really nice here. We have 61% damage to elites. Nothing too crazy, but it's enough to get the job done. The elites definitely feel it. And we also have 11% armor damage. We get 10% from the True Patriot and that 1% from the mod that it had. And we have 29% health damage. That's why I love the assault rifles, because they just come with the health damage that bypasses the armor, and it works out awesome. It works out great for those red guys. They just fall right down, not even a problem. Now, the armor, 233,000. We don't have any armor on a kill. We got a little armor regeneration. Max health, 42,000. Our health regeneration, 21,000. So, basically, if I drop my chem bomb once and I'm in cover, if I let the chem bomb just do its thing, that one chem bomb will heal me halfway. Half of my armor will be back from dropping my chem bomb one time. So, that's not too bad right there. That's pretty good. I wish I had some hazard protection, but it is what it is. Skill power, oh boy, a whopping 627. So, I mean, it is what it is right there. Nothing too crazy. So, there it is, guys. There is the build. I hope you enjoyed. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully this helps you see how armor destruction works. Pretty nice to help crack that armor to get Obliterate to proc, and then Strain just pushes that damage right through the roof. I hope you enjoyed or took something away from this video, and if you did, I would really appreciate it if you smash that like button, subscribe for future content, and go ahead and drop a comment down there letting everybody know what you're thinking about this, if you've been using something similar, or if you have any questions. So until next time, guys, I hope you take it easy. I will see you then. Later.